Here's what happened in the qualifying races at the final round. The MXGP of Australia, presented by Sitzler. MX2 qualifying here, and it was Kai de Wolf who snuck up the inside, thought he'd managed to bag the whole shot, but it was Carlos Racelis who went around the outside. But as he got to the top of the hill, Sasha Coonan also made his way from third to first. And from there, we thought he was just going to check out. De Wolf was there in third, Perez in fourth, because his teammate, Cameron McClellan, also had issues coming out of the gate. Adamo was in there, Verlan, Langenfelder, championship leader, at about 7th, 8th place on the opening lap. Remember, 16 points the gap between first and second place. Langenfelder, De Wolf at the top of the championship. Top of your screen, De Wolf nipping into third with that move on Perez, and then he went after Racelis here to quickly move into second, and then went after Sasha Coonan for the lead. All the while, Simon Langenfelder was languishing in around 6th, 7th place. A mistake there for Racelis allowed Perez to move on by. That was for third. That was towards the end of the lap, and the massive moment here for De Wolf. Somehow managed to stay on two wheels and managed to stay in that second position. As the race went on, Langenfelder did start to get to grips with the circuit and feel comfortable. He moved into fourth on lap 5 with a move on Racelis. And then a slight mistake here on the exit of the turn for Sasha Coonan. That allowed De Wolf to take over the lead. That was on lap 7 of 13. And from there, De Wolf was in control. Coming over the line in second was Sasha Coonan with Perez, Langenfelder, championship leader, and Adamo. This championship far from over yet, with 2 races to come on Sunday. Here's how it finished then. De Wolf picking up the full 10 points. Sasha Coonan, Perez, Langenfelder. Langenfelder losing 3 to his main rival today. In the MXGP qualifying race, Romain Febvre got pinched to the inside with Jeffrey Hurlings as Lucas Coonan took over the lead through the first turn, and from there he was never headed. And very quickly through the next couple of corners, both Hurlings and Febvre got shuffled backwards. Look towards the top 10. There they are, centre of the screen. Just a little bit of uncertainty on a track, very unfamiliar, brand new to everybody. Febvre not prepared to take the risk on those opening few corners, but before the end of this lap he was already up into 6th. Made this move on Jago Hertz to move into 5th. And all of a sudden, that kind of track craft, that track knowledge was starting to come into play. Down the inside, an easy pass actually, his teammate just letting him by. That was Paul Jonas letting him into third. And then he went after Mattia Guadagnini to move into second, went around the outside of the Italian Ducati rider. By then, Lucas Coonan was already around about 14, 15 seconds clear, and no one was going to catch him. Tim Geiser got the better of Brian Bogus, and then eventually he came home in a 5th place finish for the Honda HRC rider. His teammate, Ruben Fernandez, found his way past Geertz in the latter stages on his way to finishing in 6th. This was Geiser moving past Paul Jonas to move into that 5th place late on. But it was Lucas Coonan who was victorious for the 8th time this year from Romain Febvre, Guadagnini, Verlan and Geiser. The gap being reduced by a point, so it's 46 going into Sunday's races between Romain Febvre and Lucas Coonan. But it was Coonan for the 8th time, picking up his 8th pole from Febvre, Guadagnini, Verlan and Geiser, Fernandez, Hurlings, and the rest there. Koldenhoff picking up 10. And that's the championship, down to 46 points as we head into races on Sunday.